No mai, haere mai, kia ora whanau, ko Ian toko inua. I am Ian Wanmaker alongside the legendaries. People right beside me, we got Joel Rindelam and Bartek Evertoski. I am Ian Wanmaker. We are commentating this live stream broadcast for your viewing pleasure. It is semi-final time for NZIHL ice hockey action. Who we got playing here tonight and what can we expect, lads?
Well, it is an ideal matchup for all of our fans out there. We have the big crosstown rivalry between the West Auckland Admirals and the Botany Swarm. These two teams know each other well, and now they're going to play for it with their season on the line.
Yeah, they played each other recently, 4 games in a row, 2 weekends in a row. In Avondale, the Swarm, the most recent the series between them, the Swarm dropped the last game, so the Admirals are coming in here maybe with a little bit of confidence, having taken down the Swarm. I think it was a big victory as well, about 7-2 or so. The Swarm had taken the previous 3 games, first game in Avondale and the 2 games here in Botany. So I think the Swarm have the slight edge here as the top seed, but anything can happen in the playoffs.
That is true, and they've only been separated not by a lot of points too on that points table, and like Joel said, it's playoff action. The seasons are on the line. You can almost just wipe the slate clean from the regular season. All that really means is the seeding in the playoffs as to who is playing who, and already we've got 1 berth into the finals secured. Who was that team and who is one of these 2 teams going to match up against?
Well, the winner of this series this weekend will go and play the Stampede Sky City from Queenstown, and where that will be held depends on who wins this weekend. If the Swarm are able to overcome the Admirals, it will be right here at the Hive in Botany, here in Auckland. If the Admirals win, it will actually be traveled to the top seed, which is down in Queenstown. So, get your flights ready because there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, and your popcorn and whatever your beverages and kai you want to have it ready. This is going to be exciting. Lots to play for. They know who they're going to be playing against. And Sky City Stampede, they are pretty dominant over the last 10 years in this league. They have won a number of the Burkle Cup championship trophies, and they will be definitely difficult to handle and to play against, no matter where they're playing, whether it's up here at Botany or down in their home rink.
I believe they've won all but 1 of the last 10 championships. The Admirals in 2018, I think, are the last team to take down the Stampede. But I think the Swarm will be hoping they'll be able to take 1 championship away if they can get through the Admirals. And I think interesting thing this season, they changed the playoff format, right? Because before it was the top team goes straight through to the finals and second and third playoff in order to have a berth in the finals. But this year, we have 4 teams actually making the playoffs. So everyone except for Christchurch made the playoffs this year.
Fantastic. So that is based upon something called an aggregate, and we can explain that through once we have had a look at the league table here. So you've got the Swarm finishing that number 1 seed on 31 points, only 1 point ahead of Sky City Stampede, both on 10 wins. But what puts the Swarm up is 1 less loss, but an overtime loss point puts them ahead. And then the Phoenix Thunder finishing 3rd with 9 wins, and they were the ones who went down against Sky City Stampede, and some pretty heated matchups. Here we are. This is the aggregate. So each semifinal series played in a 2-game series. So in the event of any draws in the first semifinal game, no overtime played. So at the end of game number 2, if each team's won a game, the overall score for and against from both teams is going to determine the overall winner. If they are still deadlocked after that, after 120 minutes of play, 2 full games, overtime is going to be needed, 20 minutes, until that first goal is scored. And if that doesn't solve it, man, we'll get all the way down to a penalty shootout.
So this is double hockey this weekend in this aggregate format. You may be familiar with, like with European football ties. They'll kind of have a home and away. These are both here at the Hive in Botany. And we're going to see some fantastic players to watch. We got Evan Carroll, who will have the puck on a string. Great stick handling and has scored a point in 11 of 12 games played, so Admirals are going to have to watch out for him.
Yeah, he's an incredible player. His stick handling, you should see the things he does. He can Zorro, he can Michigan. Hopefully we'll see that today from him.
Who else are we looking at here? Who's on the Admirals, the pure New Zealand Admirals, Bartek, to look out for?
Yeah, we've got Alex Regan as well. Excellent player. He started out as a defenseman, has moved up to center. I think he filled in a few times on defense this season. Very fast, good at battling the puck, good at scoring, game-turning goals, and he's also very good defensively, good two-way forward, given his time as a defenseman.
Yeah, and you mentioned that they'll be feeling a bit of that momentum, beating the Swarm in their last regular season contest, and he scored a hat trick. So a guy that can score lots of goals and also potentially when needed. So a lot of things to play for here tonight. And what do we got, Joel, for the keys to success?
Well, there's going to be a lot of speed out there, especially with this bigger ice rink. So the Swarm can use that in their transition game, create those turnovers. They've been really good in the neutral zone this year, holding the other team at their own blue line and then going the other way and capitalizing. So what they're going to want to do is basically just score more goals than the Admirals.
Hey, if it was that simple, and it could be, and it is, that will be the winning determination of
that is
this
John
series.
Madden level strategy there.
That's next. What about the Pure New Zealand Admirals, Bartek? What are they?
Yeah, so
keys?
Chubba's going to need to be good. The Swarm, I think, are the higher-powered offensive team, so the Admirals will need Chubba to play his best. He faced a lot of shots in those last few games. 147 shots on goal against the Swarm, actually. And 37% of goals have been scored on the power play. So they'll need to shut down Ivan Dalmatau and cover him once he crosses the blue line. Return of Justin Daigle, big news for the Admirals. They've really missed him while he's been away. I think, well, probably most of us would agree, probably the best defenseman in the NZIHL for many years. So it'll be a huge benefit to the Admirals having him back.
Yeah, so he's back from injury as well. So Swarm, ninth playoff appearance for them. Same for the Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals. 3 years in a row they've made.
But it's been a while since they've won a title.
Yeah, that's true. That's back to when I was playing. So it's a little while between championship drinks there.
Yeah, some ancient history, huh?
And a couple of gray hairs. But these are our starting goaltenders. Fantastic between the pipes. Saving grace, Grace Harrison. 16 games played, 10-6 record, 3.30 goals against average. Just under 900 save percentage with 1 shutout. Bartek, who's on the Admirals we're looking at?
So we've got Chubba there, 4.01 GAA, save percentage, close to Grace, 889. So these are both very good goalies. They play a very different play style. So Chubba likes to play fairly deep in his net, as you can see there in the photo. And he's very good positionally. You'll see him take a lot of shots to the chest. You'll often hear commentators say, why are they shooting into his chest? It's because he's in the right position. I think maybe a weakness the Swarm could exploit. He's not as good when he's down on the ice. Once he gets down, he doesn't pop up quite as quickly, isn't quite as mobile down there. So if the Swarm can force him to give up some rebounds in the slot, they can take advantage of that. And we saw them do that in the last 4 games. Grace, she plays a very Jonathan Quick sort of style. Wide stance, plays well out of her net at the top of the blue paint, and moves really well, very flexible. Something the Admirals could do is move the puck east-west because the wide stance. It is a little bit more difficult to move laterally, although she makes up with her flexibility. That is something that they can exploit. As we saw, Vinny Cistroni score a nice one time with an east-west pass, I think in second or last game against her.
So yeah, both goaltenders going to be looking to step up equally for their team and make some of those key saves. Chubba stopping an awful lot of puck. Do you think that maybe if the Swarm are going to pepper him early, that he gets into the game and finds his groove, or
yes,
is that something that might
I think the Swarm shouldn't shoot glove side on him. I can tell he really enjoys making glove saves. If they're going to shoot the puck glove side from the blue line, he's just going to enjoy windmilling those pucks, building his confidence. So I think they actually need to shoot blocker side on him. That's where I would shoot from further away, force him to give up rebounds. And he's also really good at actually deflecting shots down low with his stick up into the netting. So they don't really want to shoot along the ice into his pad. I think they want to shoot blocker side or a little bit above the ice so he can't bring his stick into play.
Solid analysis there. Many thanks, Bartek. As we have got the first view of the visitors here in this semi-final game, NZIHL action with the Pure New Zealand Admirals coming out onto the rink. Quite a big crowd here, Joel.
There is not a spare seat in the house. You're just watching people looking somewhere to sit, but there's not going to be a lot of sitting throughout this game, I imagine. This is going to be high octane, high intensity playoff hockey, and these teams are going to go at it.
That's it. We want to see some feistiness. We want to see some action, and then hopefully we'll see how it delivers. Sometimes playoff hockey, it can be a little bit boring to watch. I hope not. Not at all. And I mean that based on from some previous games, like well in the past. Maybe
how dare you say that, Ian?
How dare you?
How dare you?
I know. I hope
this
not.
This is the best time of year.
Wait,
this is why I'm saying it
Was this
now.
what you were playing? Was it your fault it was boring? Were we just shutting everyone down?
Oh, I blame the New Jersey Devils and that clogging in the neutral zone.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
that old system where it was like a 1-2-2 or like a trap.
Yeah, the neutral zone trap. That was painful to watch.
Is this a 90s reference or like early
95,
2000s wings?
95, early 2000s.
Maybe I'm still scarred. I don't know.
Buddy.
I'm living in the past.
Buddy, it's 2025.
I know. I got to move on. Hey, look, being an ex-Leaf fan, 91, 92 is still pretty haunting, even after all that Gretzky amazingness. nevertheless.
You just came here to vent
fellow
about the
Leafs
Leafs, didn't you? This is not a therapy session.
No, well, I feel much better now. Anytime we're at the rink.
Do you see the resemblance with Ian and a former Leafs player, Joe Thornton? His beard isn't quite as long, but it's pretty magnificent.
And here we are, the Botany Swarm coming out onto the rink.
And we do have a lot of experience on that Swarm roster, especially with number 13, Andy Hay, who has been through this and were on those original teams that won the championship for the Swarm. So you can imagine he'd be a good guide out there for a lot of the up-and-coming young talent on that roster.
Oh, you are 100% right there, Joel. 300 games in this New Zealand league. He has really blazed the path and set the path with fantastic leadership, mentorship. He's met an enormous amount to this Botany Swarm team, not just them, but also New Zealand ice hockey in general. And seeing his family in the stands, super supportive. The Hay family name is in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Speaking of Toronto, I've been there, I've seen it. The jerseys are there.
Yeah, I just went there a few weeks ago, actually, when I was in Canada. I touched the cup, so I jinxed it. I think that's jinxed my chances at winning the cup. I still had a little bit of a window left, but touching the cup was a no-no. I couldn't resist.
Well, we're getting ready for some action here. The Admirals players are all ready to go. The Swarm still huddling around their goal, maybe getting some of that last-minute leadership advice. Calm the nerves. There are a few younger fellas on the team. They have quite a young roster, even though they are having some experienced players like the Andy Hay and even Michael Atwell now, who's taken over the captaincy. But there's also some good experience on that West Auckland Admirals team who have been to the finals a little bit more recently than the Swarm. So anyway, we have lots to play for here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. For the Swarm, good to see Jackson Fontaine in the lineup. He missed a lot of games this season. He's going to be a big benefit coming back to the team.
And we are underway here at the Hive. Period number 1 is started. Swarm forced to go back in behind the net. Thuler with the puck. He curls back with it.
Regan forgot his twig there for a second.
They need to go back and pick it up. The ice is still quite wet after that fresh cut. And Carroll backhands it in the middle. Nice sauce pass up to Kozak. He's 1-on-2. Drop pass to Sandoy. Shot deflected high and then into the netting.
As I said,
described by
Chubba
Bartek.
is going to deflect those low shots right up into the netting. Maybe not so bad for the Swarm to get a face-off here, as they didn't really have another look. But yeah, they're going to want to shoot high blocker side, low blocker side if they want to keep the puck in play on Chubba.
But that is what we were talking about pregame. Some quick transition action there from the Swarm.
Atwell lines up against Vesper. Vesper wins the draw. Backhanded up off the boards and chipped out of the zone by the Admirals. Backhand pass to the middle of the ice there from Atwell. Down Mattel. Nice toe drag move. He gets through 2, goes through 3. Nice moves here by Dalmeta. Gets a shot blocked. Can't go through 4. Shot there on the side of the net. Chaba forced to make a good save.
Fantastic
Swarm here have a
save.
chance. What a sprawling save by Vesper to block that puck from going in.
And just a terrible miscommunication there, unfortunately, for the Swarm. Both Atwell and Thuler had that lined up for the clapper and deferred to each other.
And look at this on the replay. So an Admiral falls on top of Chaba there. The puck is still loose. The puck comes right to the side of the net. Open net, and Vesper dives to stop that puck, saving Chaba what would surely have been a goal.
Save of the game already by
Not
Vesper.
even a minute in, and that is early pressure from the Botany Swarm.
How about those dangles from Ivan Domital? He went through the entire team almost.
That said, he did go through 3 players and then tries to get a shot blocked by the 4th. And here's Captain Justin Degg wheeling his way through neutral ice, getting through. That's blocked by Simon. Good poke check from him as he lays a hit on Justin Daigle.
Yeah, real nice poke check there by Simon. Degg had a head of speed, and he was the last guy to beat.
Admirals with some ozone pressure now. Simon throws it up the boards. Daigle keeps it in. Sends it back down to his man. And the Swarm managed to grab it and do clear the zone. McLeish forced to go on the back step here. Pressured instantly. But Daigle managed to get back to it. But pressured by Carroll. Pass in front. Shot, and that's deflected. Good coverage there by the Admirals. Pressure again. Shot there.
Yeah, Henry might have saved the goal there on that back check.
Possible interference there. And
There is going to be a penalty. Yes, there is. A bit of extra afterwards as McLeish fills in Kozak.
Looks like that was Andy Hart, who I think is getting called for interference, I suspect.
Take a look at it here on the replay.
Andy Hart Little early to the play there, throwing the body around.
Definitely want to get in and physical, but that's just well before the puck even got there. So first person on the score sheet already, well, not score sheet, the penalty box sheet. That's a Swarm power play very early on in the game. Admirals clear it out of the zone. Regan gets to it. Carroll comes in to help. Savigny on his back, getting stick lifted. There's going to be a hooking penalty. That's 2 penalties for the Admirals. Grace Harrison goes to the bench. Extra attacker on Jackson Fontaine comes in. They give the Admiral players the puck. Quite wise to do that.
Well, I know that they instruct you to do that, but I disagree. When you have possession and they had the extra skater that was already out there, so you gave up the advantage right there.
They would have only had, what, the 4 on the rink already and had 6 on.
It would have been a 6
They gave them the puck.
on 4.
That's really unusual.
Yeah, I think you're right,
agree with you, Joel.
I think actually, if you wanted to just get the power play started, just shoot it on Chubba. Just might as well just shoot it.
It's a free shot.
Yeah, it's a free shot.
That's true. Even still, they want to take maximum advantage of this 5-on-3. Here it is, big shot there, loads up.
And the nets come off.
In sliding across there to make an attempted save, Chaba Krishkosh Magos has knocked the net off.
Another one of his skills, knocking the net off. He is definitely the most elite at that skill.
Yeah. He's just a strong skater going right into the net.
That's a good push.
It's not his fault the net can't handle him.
Yeah, he must have.
We need some better pegs here at New Zealand.
Yeah. So the Swarm have the power play. It's a 5-on-3 with Reed Cole on the left side, Carroll in the middle, Kozak on the right, Petkosny on the top, and then Simon, one of the young, great defensemen starting to really emerge here. Shot blocked, though, by Vesper, who's at the top of the triangle. Admirals have set up there. Down low to Carroll. Admirals looking to break through here. Excuse me, the Swarm, but they can't handle that pass, and Simon back to neutral ice. Pass up to Carroll. He goes cross rink to Petkosny. Doesn't handle that pass. Goes back in towards center ice, gains the line, stick handles in, right through and shoots.
Oh! What a goal! What a goal!
That's Petkosny, number 3 for the Swarm, cashing in on this 5-on-3, 1-0 Botany Swarm.
What an effort there by Petkosny. Splits the D, goes right down low blocker side, and that is our first goal of the game.
He took on 3 players by himself. There's already a Swarm advantage, 5-on-3, but Petkosny decides to go all by himself, literally knocked the stick out of one of the players' hands, went in 1-on-2, and beat Chaba.
What a goal.
The thing is, they still have a power play, Bartek.
Yeah, that's right. You can see, I think he got a little bit frustrated. He mishandled that puck at the blue line, decided to redeem himself, goes in all alone, and scores.
And yet the Swarm still on the power play here with just under a minute left of the 5-on-4 advantage.
Better reaction there is a bit of a hook, but play will continue. Another 40 seconds odd left in the Admirals penalty as Fontaine kind of reverse hits against Alex Regan. Fontaine has it to the middle. He gets hit. Puck in front of the net. Shot. And what a miracle. Oh, they score again. Botany Swarm cashing in. Both power play goals in it early on in this game. 2-0.
Maybe Kozak was right to toss the puck away when your power play is that good.
Gotta say, the Swarm do it again. This time, it took a few hacks, but they eventually got it in. Look at that, 4 Swarm players swarming the net.
Buzzing.
There you are. There's one, there's
How
two.
did
I thought this not go in.
What happened there? Did he hit the post?
It looks like he hit the post on the first attempt.
Because it was right in behind Chaba. There was no one there. It's like a phantom save, but then someone cleaned it up. Man, oh man, 2-0. What an early start for the Botany Swarm. West Auckland Admirals, probably not the start they were looking for. Already down 2 within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Swarm really setting the tone. Now the Admirals are going to really have to watch out not to take penalties after they've been taught a lesson here.
So we are back now to 5-on-5 action. Wimmer passes the middle. That's intercepted by Henry. He gains the line, backhands it down low. Quickly to chase. Pass in front. Shot on net there by the Admirals. They respond quickly.
What a save by Harrison on that one-timer.
First save of the game.
looking strong, even without getting a shot. That's our first save of the game.
Beautiful save. Showing off her flexibility there. Stretch out, kick out that toe.
There's Mason Kennedy back in the Admirals zone with it. He chips it off the boards. Kept in by Pekosny. He kind of directed it to the net, but the Admirals make it out of the zone, up to the stick of Carroll. Nice move to go to the outside. Goes to the outside again on the backhand. Shot off the crossbar. Man, what hands.
Wow.
I don't even know how he got up there from a sharp angle. That's crazy.
Such quick moves there by Carroll. He's definitely one of the players to watch as Thuler gets bumped into there. Swarm back on the attack. Kozak winds up, takes a high, hard shot, but Chava with that great glove that you talked about, Bartek, flashing it once again.
Yeah, I think they want to avoid shooting glove shot on him. They're just giving him confidence here. And we're seeing that replay, that beautiful move. Oh, that was off the bar. How did he elevate from so in close?
He was behind, he was underneath the goal line and brought it back.
Oh my. Wow.
Wow, what quick hands.
But yet everything going the Swarm way early, and the momentum clearly in their favor.
Well, we say that, and Regan takes a break in, almost 1-on-none, gets a shot, backhand saved by Grace Harrison. It's behind her.
Went through her legs.
That was a second effort there by Regan on the attempted rebound. Man, what action we've got here so far in this semi-final game between the pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals and the Botany Swarm.
And I talk about momentum here, but sometimes a huge save can even build that momentum for the Swarm.
In this case, it has been all Swarm, hasn't it?
Yeah, Grace looking dialed in here. It's really tough when she hasn't had much action. It's called upon to make two massive saves, and she's done really well to stay focused.
So Sestroni kind of seagulling up at that top blue line, but a good set play. Gets the puck, but then gets hit by Luke Simon. And the Swarm back onto it now. That's Hopkinson, gives it away. Quinn up the boards to a streaking Steven, but that is out too far, and that is going to be an icing call? Is that?
There's an icing. Here's that save again by Harrison. Look at that stretch side to side. A little scary on the rebound there.
Yeah, that extra, because Grace made that save coming across, and she was just reestablishing herself to get back up. As she's getting up, the puck comes through.
But that's great awareness.
Yeah,
she knew where the puck was coming. A lot of times you see that bounce off the goalie and go into the net, but she was able to direct it safely.
That's true, and that's great awareness for sure. And that's Reed Cole forced to go on his backhand. And that is whistled down. Possible delay offside. Oh, you know what? I think that's come up and hit off the mesh on the sideboards.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hence the stoppage of play and the face-off being in the Swarm zone. So there's a couple of changes there to the Swarm lineup. Vesper gets ready to take the draw.
Yeah, loading up with Daigle on the back end.
Gives it to him. Takes a wrist shot. That's deflected. Doesn't get through. And Reed chips it off the boards and out of the zone. Admirals dump it back in quickly. Putting Quinn on the attack. Out in front, up to Pekosny. Ben Steven kind of went for a hit, but then fell.
Yeah, gave Pekosny free breakout right there, falling to the ice.
Carroll battling in the corner with McLeish. Back in front, pass it, and that's taken away from Kozak.
Looks like the Admirals might have gotten away with the trip there as a stick got tangled up in Kozak's legs.
It was in contact, so it was a bit of a play on. They have suffered 2 goals already from being penalized, and if they are penalized again, it could be costly.
Yeah, we might not have much of a weekend here if the Swarm get their power play going again.
Big streaking pass to Hart as he went through the middle. Good pass by Daigle, but Swarm defending well in that neutral ice. Fontaine backhands it down low. No icing, so forcing Admirals back as Swarm make a change. All the way up to Hart. Quickly the Swarm are onto that play. That's twice they've tried it both sides of the rink, and the Swarm are converging on that high man, being very well aware of where that high man is. However, it's cost the Swarm an icing.
Yeah, chance for the Admirals here. I think hopefully they'll try and load up with Daigle, or maybe Daigle needs a bit of a rest. They're getting Taylor Kennedy and Andy Hart out there on the blue line instead.
I got to say, Dag hasn't played in a while, but he does not look rusty at all.
No, he's sharp as a tack. He's just straight into playoff hockey. Here's Damatow, 2-on-2. Whiffs on his shot. Fontaine battled down low for it. That puck goes off the side glass and just left there, and Sandoy says, I'll take it. He comes in, sends it down. Admirals have it behind the net. Kennedy to Kennedy. That's a lead pass up for Quinn. He's in behind everyone. But Thuler matches up to him and then goes down, passed in front. Blocked by Hopkinson. He gets it up. It's a bit of speed here for the Swarm. Drop pass to the middle. Hopkinson on the back end. Shot. Saved by Chaba. Sticks away. Nice.
Yeah, as usual, he's really good at getting a stick on those low shots and passes.
Well, it just puts the puck out of harm's way and also gives it to his defenders so they can go on the attack.
Yeah, it's really good skill as a goaltender to be able to get your stick on those low shots.
Admirals up the wall. Good passing here by the Admirals. Regan takes it off the skate. A little bit too hot to handle. And the Swarm have it. Reed Cole on the back end. Up the boards. Hopkinson chips it into the middle. Off the skate of Hayward Jones. He steps up on Reed Cole. And Simon sends it down. No icing. Kozak's in behind. Good forecheck here, but he's looking for some help. Goes behind the net, looking for an option. Passes kind of to the corner. Swarm still have it. Kozak. Vesper's on him. Up to the point now. Andy Hay, his first touch. Sends it down. Vesper gets hit there by Kozak. Kozak right on top of the puck. Swarm good forecheck, but not able to get any good passes together there.
I think the referee helped block that pass there.
Nice hip check there by Andrew Hay. Really stepping right into Mawson, slowing him right down.
Yeah, former teammates getting a little physical.
Andy Hay up to Fontaine. He steps through, but Daig reads it well. Pitches in. 1-on-2. Takes a shot. That's deflected.
Massive play by Daig there, because Swarm actually caught the Admirals on a change, and he was the last man to stop an odd man rush.
And that's the man you want at the back. To be your last man is Daigle. Speaking of which, he backhands it in the corner. Carroll spots that, jumps onto it. Fontaine. That's a bit of give and go. Carroll with it now. Quick hands in action. For a small man, he does move real quick and has excellent hands. That goes off the sideboards. The Swarm are able to keep it in. Dalmatow in the middle of Fontaine's shot. Gloved away by Chaba. Looked like he didn't get all of it, though. He did redirect it out of.
Yeah, it could have been a partial screen there from the defender as well.
Nice saucer pass up to Justin Daig. 2-on-2. Takes a wrist shot. That's blocked by Sandoy. He's going to feel that. Dalmatow. 1-on-1 here. Takes a curl and drag shot. Maybe came off the toe a little bit. Wobbling puck, but Chaba makes the save.
Yeah, positionally very good. Just takes it right in the gut and gets the whistle. But another chance for the Swarm now to get their big guns out here and go for a third goal. Try and put this game away early.
Yeah, they are up 2-0. If you are just joining us, we are commentating the NZIHL semifinals here. This is game 1 in an aggregate format. Swarm have it here. Simon at the point, wrist shot, shoots, just wide, off the net, and
net comes off again.
But
I think Chaba had that one covered.
Yeah, the Swarm there had Janssen standing alone all in front all day, but just could not thread it to him.
So I think the referees need to get a water bottle out there, squirt some water on those pegs to try and freeze them in. Yeah, I can see they're trying to shove a little bit of snow there. You need to melt it. Oh, yep, they've gone for the water. Use Chaba's water bottle. Good.
But look at that. There was a backhand attempt as Chaba slid across. Does make a great save.
Yeah, big save by Chaba there to keep his team in it. Referee is still working on those pegs.
Putting a bit of water down, but even still, it's the force of the impact that's going to knock that net off. That's not going to freeze in the next, well, hopefully it does, but.
It is a chilly day today.
It is winter here in New Zealand.
It's a cool 12 degrees, I believe. Icy cold for Auckland.
Did you say it's 12 degrees?
I think so.
It feels like 6 for sure. But
that is frigid.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be saying that coming from Minnesota, but that is cold, man.
Yeah, I think we've acclimatized. I'm from Toronto, and now when it's below 20, I need to get my parka out.
Man, I thought he was kidding. Okay, let's get back to it as Swarm here. Simon, one of the assistants. He reads up the middle, gets hit by Regan.
Might be cold outside, but things are just heating up in here.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. That's well done. That's it. A good thing we've got the eagle-eyed linesman on the call here as we get a replay of this hit in the middle of the ice.
Did see it coming, so was able to brace himself. Otherwise, that could have been a big one.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I will bring back another reference from the 90s. I just love the 90s. The trolley tracks. You ever hear that expression? You get caught in the trolley tracks. It's from the Don Cherry Rock'em Sock'em videos.
Oh, yes, I love those.
Yeah.
Good old Don Cherry.
Oh, those were
I
great.
loved his ramblings.
You're really trying to get
Wedge
in
those
our 40-plus viewers with all these nostalgic references.
And shot there, saved by Grace. Her 4th save, and she's been up to the task.
Yep, easy save for her this time. She's made a few really tough saves to start things off. Takes this one right in the gut. No rebound. Looks like the Admirals trying to decide who they're going to put out there. Made their choices, and they're lining up now.
That's Hart getting a little bit too quick. Oh, and Carroll gives him a little bit of a glove in the forehead, and Hart kind of bowls right into him. And he takes the shot right off his backside. Oh, there's going to be a penalty here. Hart with a retaliation. That is someone who's already taken one penalty early, and they touch the puck, and Hart is going back to the penalty box.
I have heard he has a little bit of a reputation as a hothead, so it looks like that's gotten the better of him.
See, he's taken that puck.
Yeah.
So, okay, what we didn't see there was from the face-off. So he got a little bit early on the jump before the puck was dropped, and then Carroll, the centerman for the Swarm, gave him a bit of a face wash to the mask. He didn't like that, so he bowled into him off the draw, goes to the net, gets hit in the backside by the puck, falls down, and it makes a slashing play. Yeah. I don't even know if he made contact. Either way, the ref watched all of this develop, and he's in the penalty box for 2 minutes or less. Swarm back on the power play here, and they've already scored twice in period number 1 on the power play. So Atwell sends it down. Johnson trying to get it out of the zone as the Admirals. Daigle has it. Is he going to send it all the way down? He does a little bit, but it goes to center as in contact from Johnson. So that's Sandoy right in behind the Swarm net. Goes up to Fontaine. He gains some speed. He gets hit from the side. Still has the puck. Good battle there from the Admirals. Regan does well, and they get to the line, and they do clear. That's down Mattel.
Good aggressive penalty killing here by the Admirals, not giving the Swarm anything to work with.
Yeah, they probably have learned a little bit from earlier in the game. They got to be right on the Swarm because they can punish you pretty quickly. One of the men who scored that first goal is Pekozny. He sends that puck up towards Kozak. Kozak curls back, gives it to Pekozny. Up to Carroll. Pass in front, all the way in, and shot, and saved by Chaba as they crash the net, literally.
What a fantastic save by Chaba to keep this a 2-goal game.
Yeah, excellent work by Bali again to get in one-on-one with Chaba. He's not the flashiest player, not the fastest, but he's just really intelligent, good stick handling, good shot.
Still roughly under 30 seconds in the power play to the Botany Swarm. The Admirals do clear it now, sending it all the way down to the ice. Grace forced to play the puck. Luke Simon has it. Goes over to Kozak. Kozak up to Carroll. Evan Carroll has someone on his back. He goes right in behind the net, looking to make a pass. Still surveying his options. Doesn't do the drop pass. Pass to the side of the net, to the front, and one-time shot, but blocked.
Blocked by Kennedy.
Beautiful play there to set that up.
And now we're back to even strength as Hart's out of the penalty box. Instantly, lumberjack hacked on his stick. And Cole, let's read Cole. Calgary native, sends it over to Kozak. Kozak, wrist shot, misses the net. Swarm making some changes. Andy Hay. It's pressure from Henry. Linesman gets that puck off the skates. Seems to help the Admirals here. Henry off Andy Hart's skate right into the net of Grace Harrison, and she will hold on, and that will give us another stop.
Yeah, she was forced to cover it there as 2 Admirals were coming in hot. No point taking a risk there when they're up 2-0. and we're getting a replay of that nice setup. And I think it was number 8. Who was that making that block there on the one time? We're seeing that
One
now.
of the Kennedys, I think it's Mason.
Kennedy.
Big block there.
Yeah. Saved a goal because they had Kozak exactly where they wanted him in the slot.
Yeah, good puck movement from the Swarm, from down low up into that bumper spot in the middle. Andy Hay up to Wimmer. Wimmer on that left side takes a wrist shot. And that's steered aside by the right pad of Chubba. And Stephen Mawson up the wall to, is this Sevigny? Sevigny comes in. Nice move, Sevigny on the backhand shot. Oh, and he puts it just wide. Frenchman looking to get one there. Admirals on the attack. Regan, he curls in the middle. Straddles the blue line, comes in on the wrist shot. That hits his own man, Sevigny. Admirals with a bit of puck possession now. Wrist shot, that's blocked. Trying to get it through. Mawson just fills in Andy Hay. Bit of an accidental hit, but Hay's slow to get up. Chipped off the boards, not out of the zone. Janssen a bit lazy with that clearing attempt. Admirals, good ozone pressure. The Swarm managed to get it. Put it up the boards. Here comes McDonald. That's Marcus. He scoots in. Goes around Mawson. Pass in front. That's read well by Nash. Flynn Hayward-Jones. And over to Sestroni. Quickly met at the line, but the Admirals have numbers here. Around the net, pass in front. That puck gets onto net and cleared away.
Good defending there by the Swarm. They had 2 guys on the man to make sure that they canceled out any shot attempt.
Really showing good team defense. Like when Admirals have puck possession, they're onto it quickly. Admirals clear the zone, and it is 3 minutes left in the first period. The score is 2-0 for the Botany Swarm in this semi-final matchup, NZIHL.
I think the Admirals got some momentum from that penalty kill. They've had a little bit of zone time now after that kill, and haven't generated any high-quality chances, but as we speak.
Coming the other way, 2-on-1. Carroll looking to pass across. Good hit there by Fontaine on Quinn. And they move it up to Carroll. Carroll kind of stops back at center. And Luke Simon has it. Pass over to Carroll. He just redirects it into the zone. Daigle goes back for it. Pressured by Kozak. He passes over to Scott Henry. Off the Zamboni door. Is that dangerous Zamboni door area? You don't know where that puck's going to go.
Yeah, that thing is an absolute menace. Good for the Swarm that they're going to be shooting or dumping it in against the Zamboni door for 2 periods in this game, making it a little bit dangerous for Chubba to come out and play the puck if it's coming around that side.
Minute 56, Daigle surveys the options, goes right up the middle. Swarm, again, holding strong with where they are positionally, as the Admirals going from left to right to middle, and the puck is still not able to get through to their high man. They might need to skate it out of their own zone. Janssen up the middle. McDonald has it in his feet. Now Henry has it. Up to Cheney. As Henry comes in and gets hit by McDonald. Some good physical hits here in the last few minutes.
McDonald, not the largest guy out there, but has probably some of the most heart.
He is feisty. He's like a little Wolverine out there.
Get out the claws. All right, good call.
Honey Badger.
Yeah, I was thinking more.
Honey Badger, Wolverine, one of those two.
Yeah. Wolverine offspring. And the clearing attempt. So the Admirals, they're trying to get it through the neutral zone and chip it into the Botany Swarm area because they're just not getting through cleanly. Dalmatel into the middle off that well skate. Under a minute to play in the first period. Swarm up 2-0 in this semifinal matchup. Game 1 of 2. We are playing total of 120 minutes. Who has the most goals to score and win? Oh, that puck almost right into the Swarm bench.
Oh, wow. Saw Luke Stucking there on the bench.
There's the glass, but then you also have this foam bit that's right on the edge of that stanchion, and that's what it hit. It stayed in play. Fontaine passes it over to Dalmatel. He cuts in the middle. Quickly met, but Fontaine gets it back. Chubba, puck goes right to him. The last 12 seconds, and he will hold on.
Flynn Hayward-Jones here does a fantastic job because Fontaine had a step He was able to cancel him out. Otherwise, he was straight into on goal.
As you get another look here, you get met quickly as that defenseman stepped up. Luckily, the Admirals had someone coming back. Otherwise, like you said, Joel, could have been really dangerous. And the Admirals win the faceoff, looking to get a chance right before the period break. Streaking down, comes in, shot, saved by Grace right off the top of the shoulder. Real good burst of speed there by Ben Steven, number 23, for the Admirals.
Grace made that look easy, to be honest. Coming down with some speed, had some room on the blocker side, but then she just shuts it down.
Yeah, again, solid positioning by Grace, and when she's been called upon, making some good saves. And almost another one right there, as that takes us to the end of period number 1, Fano. And we have Botany Swarm. They have 2, West Auckland Admirals, none.
And, you know, it could have been closer, 2-2 even, but Grace Harrison stood out as a fantastic player for the Swarm, stopping a couple breakaways and really keeping this at a 2-goal game.
Absolutely, yes. And Justin Day, captain of the Admirals, perhaps just having a couple of words with the officials to see if there's anything else. Like, they did have some penalties at the beginning of the period and got stung, but just having a quick corridor there, it's just to kind of maybe double check. Hey,
he's just catch it up with his mates. You know, he hasn't seen him in a while.
Maybe that's it. You know, asking about the after-game dinner reservations, and they seem to be quite chummy at the moment. So that's quite a good chat before the period break. Speaking of chats, I believe we have our roving reporter Bartek Evertoski standing by with Botany Swarm captain Michael Atwell. Over to you, Bartek.
So I am here with Michael Atwell, captain of Botany Swarm. I believe your first season as captain, taking over from me.
Yeah, first year, so it's an honor.
Yeah, so that was a great period by you guys. I think you're going to be very happy with that power play. So do you think there's anything that you need to improve on going into the second period?
I think we started pretty strong. I feel like we maybe dropped off a little bit in the last 5 minutes, so we just got to regroup and we just got to keep putting the work in. Yeah, the power play was good. We changed things around a little bit on Thursday, so a bit last minute, but hey, it's paid off, so we're happy.
Practicing the deking through 3 players' entry to score on a breakaway, was that one of your?
No,
that was just something for Bali.
Yeah. Just that's a special move for him. Yeah.
So, hope you guys are enjoying this, and I'll let Atwell go get ready for the second period.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So you can hear from Atwell there. He was right. They started fast. They got those 2 quick power play goals, and then he said they kind of let up a little bit. But I think that they did keep with it.
Yeah.
And they especially did well in the D zone. They just gave up a few transition opportunities, and that's maybe where they have to clean things up.
Oh, I mean, they've played a pretty faultless period, like a lot of great coverage in the neutrals, all 3 zones to be fair. So, I mean, maybe a bit overly critical, but it is playoff hockey, and you got to watch all the little margins, and any little bit of ice or anything you can get an advantage on, you will take it. So, Swarm, pretty good period. But if you're the Admirals and looking to go into this next period here, what are you wanting to build? What would be the next step for them?
Well, again, clean things up in the D zone for them. They did leave some of the Swarm players just basically unmarked with some high quality opportunities where Chaba had to basically bail them out a few times. So clean that up, but keep looking in that transition play, because they were able to use their speed to get behind the Swarm defenders. So I would say try to do that, and then try to get that offensive zone possession and maintain it, which of course is going to be tricky, but could be a key to the game for them throughout the rest of tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And they will be, like, obviously with the second period in the other end, in the Botany favored side, so the longer change, it does play a bit of a factor. It can do. They definitely got to tidy up some discipline. 2 penalties in particular from retaliatory effects. That is something that needs to definitely change if you're on the Admirals. But if you're Swarm, like, power play's clicking, you got a lot of lines going. I mean, that cliche, but they are playing a really good team game so far, Bartek. And anything that you'd like to see happen from that Swarm end?
I think they're playing a pretty damn good game. Even the past 5 minutes, I think, as Atwell said in his interview, that they let the Admirals get back into a little bit after that power play. They still didn't get any high-quality chances during that period. I'd say probably the only problems that the Swarm had were really early in that period, as they gave up 2 really good chances where Grace had to make a breakaway save and her first save of the game, that really big toe save.
Yeah.
So overall, I think they've done really well that period.
Superb, yeah, and Grace has been really good.
They've been following my advice pregame and just score more goals.
Yeah, that's good advice. I think the team that scores
Madden.
more goals usually wins.
Yes.
At least 90% of the time.
Yeah, 90%.
At
Within
least.
that 10% interval, who knows what's going to happen.
All right, based on all that mathematics, we'll leave you for a few moments, Fauna. We are going to be back in roughly about 10 minutes' time. Enjoy the break, but catch you back soon for this ice hockey action here at the Hive. Kia ora whanau, welcome back. We are back to this hive in this semi-final action for the NZIHL finals. We have such a good contest going on right now, Joel, Bartek. What's the score? Where are we at? What's going on?
So it's 2-0 now for the Swarm. Swarm, really hot start with 2 power play goals on the 5-on-3. We saw Bali. I got a little bit excited there, seeing him dangle through 3 players and snipe it past Chuba. I think it was along the ice or low blocker side. And then another power play goal. Absolute scramble in front of the net. And I think we saw it was Jackson or somebody else in the paint. Knock it off the post. Another Swarm player pounced on the rebound and finally put that in.
Yeah, and those are the 2 goals. And the Botany Swarm are up 2-0 right now, Joel. And you mentioned after the break that some things for the Admirals to do to potentially shift this back in their favor.
Well, they're going to have to try to beat 29 Grace Harrison right there, who had a stellar period. Wasn't tested much early, but when needed, she stepped up.
Yeah, her first 2 saves on that breakaway and that big toe save on the one time were immense. And we can see Grace making sure those pegs stay in. Look at her squirting water on those pegs.
Making sure that it's all sorted and safe.
Very responsible, Grace.
Again, I wonder, maybe in time that here in New Zealand they might put in some different peg system instead of the metal ones that we have. Like in the end, they've got the is it like a molded plastic or something that puts in? It's
the marsh pegs.
Yeah.
In the NHL, they use those marsh pegs with the long rubber, but you have to actually drill all the way down to the concrete to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't think the rink would let us do that here. But I know there's a number of different pegs that have been developed. Jamie Phillips, he's a big goalie coach, big proponent of having good pegs because you can't sort of play the modern game with RVH without proper pegs. You can't push off the post properly, etc. So there's been a push in North America at least to have better pegs than the sort of ones we have here.
That's good to know because, I mean, it is a vital position in the goal.
Yeah, and it just really slows down the game when the net's coming off. It's not great to watch either when you see the net coming off when there's a big chance. So hopefully one day we'll get those in New Zealand. I forget the name of these fancy new pegs they have.
Yeah, let us know. That'd be really good to know because, again, you don't want it to have it happen or impact on the game, especially if we got semifinals right now and then potentially it could be a final, and you don't want that to jeopardize the game at all in any shape or way.
Are we done with the pegging chat?
Are you allowed to say that on
bring
TV?
us back on the ship, will you?
Yeah, let's get this going. We got second period action underway. Botany Swarm up 2-0.
And the Admirals, they win the faceoff. Try to chip it in early. But the hands of Sandoy bring that puck back down to the ice and shot in off Grace Harrison. She directs it right up into the mesh. So an early faceoff down in the Botany Swarm zone.
Grace getting her stick warmed up, showing that she too can deflect the puck up into the netting.
It's a good skill to have.
Definitely, I need to work on it.
Lots of things for all of us to work on. These guys are working hard. Good week of training as well. They would have been watching the other semi-finals last weekend.
Do you have some insight on how well their training went?
2-on-1 here. Carroll, saucer pass in.
I unfortunately missed training this week. I was too busy with work teaching too many students.
Teaching. Who would ever work at a university?
I know, right?
Pass up top to Thule. Wrist shot, and that is knocked through. Hits Pekosny. You guys can keep the uni chat to a minimum. I know I'm a teacher as well, but different level to you guys.
Look at that
Here we
kick
go.
pass.
Dalmatel can't get it through. Mawson's feet there. Again, coming up big on the defensive end is Mawson. Now Regan skates it up. Sevigny on the backhand in the middle to Sistroni. Hard shot there. Doesn't get through and hits something.
Yeah, hit Cole. Grace Harrison was actually completely screened on that. Had no idea where it was.
So again, the defenders for both teams really stepping up. Key situation. Atwell dangerous with the puck here. Giveaway to the middle. Hooking there, and then a shot saved by Grace. Makes another key stop.
Yeah, very dangerous. Reed Cole was able to slow up the Admirals there. They might have been looking for a hooking call, but we play on.
So the Swarm stretch it the other way down to Dalmatel. Goes in behind the net. It's a little bit of lumber on him, and that gets taken down by Ben Steven. He just flicks it up into the air all the way down. Cole will possibly get there. No, it looks like the Admiral player did beat him to the puck.
I think the referee has to make the call roughly by the hash marks, if I remember correctly. Here we're seeing the replay of that save by Grace. just gets a piece of it. And
Definitely
it
a
ends up
hook
behind the net.
there at some point as this Swarm were under it. Cole gets a hold of him.
Oh yeah, Cole
then he
got
let
away
it
with
go.
one.
What a save by Grace, though, up in that upper left-hand side of the chest protector. Really using all of it to get in that position, as you mentioned, Bartek, positional save.
Yeah, good positional save by Grace. She's been busy to start this period. Admirals have come out hot.
Yeah, they definitely need to. That's probably one of the keys as the Swarm send it all the way through, right through the net. And a shot on net by Janssen as Swarm come through. Trying to contest for that puck, but no rebound by Chaba. Chaba holds on to it.
Right in the breadbasket.
Good rebound control tonight from both goaltenders. Not a lot of second chance opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah, things are have tightened up a little bit so far to start this second.
A lot of deflection of pucks into netting, Bartek's favorite maneuver.
I wish I was as good as these goalies.
Shot there that again is blocked on the way through to the net. Daigle up to Henry. Henry goes cross rink. Goes right off the boards though to the Swarm. Andy Hay pinches up, kind of backhand hits that up. Swarm come down. Bit of a break here. Here comes McDonald on the forehand. Can't handle it. Cuts to the middle. Turnaround shot. Misses the net. Hopkinson gets it back again. Shot. That's blocked.
The Honey Badger almost doing it himself.
Andy hard on the attack now. Has Henry behind him. Drops it to him. Wrist shot there. Shot and save by Grace Harrison. Cutting down that angle really well.
Yeah, good positional save by Grace. She saw that Scott didn't have a pass option here, so she comes out to the top of the blue, makes herself big, takes it right in the gut, and no rebound there.
Yeah, that's a good shooting spot from Scott Henry, who has scored a lot of goals in this league.
Yeah, he is a really good shooter. Him and Vinny Cistroni, both absolute weapons for the Admirals.
So 17 minutes in this second period. Still to play. Swarm win it back through her. On the forehand. Loses it in stick handling. Tries to get it back. Gets outside the zone. Savanier, number 39. He passes it over. Hayward Jones to Mawson to Savanier. Good puck movement here by the Admirals. They gain the line, but that's poked away by Koznick. Up the middle now to Savanier. Drop pass. Again, good stick in that passing lane by the Swarm. Sending the Admirals back, countering. Hayward Jones has that taken away from Carroll. Giveaway here to Kozak. He's a one-on-one. Shoots, and that he scores. Gets it through. Andre Kozak. 3-0 Botany Swarm.
That is a pretty bad unforced error there by the Admirals. They're going to regret that one as Kozak puts the Swarm up 3-0. Just a bobbling puck there. Yeah, and it looks like it's right under the blocker arm.
Squeezes it through the armpit there, and that's a little tough to judge from a goaltender with a rolling puck like that, but he's able to just force it through.
Right through the 7-hole. That's actually a very popular shooting location in the NHL these days. Kozak onto the latest hockey trends.
Yeah, he is a student of the game, that is for sure, and someone who is very dangerous and has had a very good regular season.
Yeah, he's an excellent player. Very funny guy, too. I really enjoy hanging out with Kozak.
He's a multi-sport athlete. I think he plays a bit of golf. As we keep on here, as Cole up to Atwell. Atwell tries to chip it in.
Goal scored by number 28, Andre.
Vesper goes in behind the net. Atwell gives chase, passes it back down low. Fontaine onto it. Taylor Kennedy backhands it up the boards. Luke Simon keeps it in. Still holding line is Simon. Passes it down low. Chance for the Swarm. Fontaine. One-on-one against Kennedy. It's Mason Kennedy. Puts it up off the glass. Over towards Taylor. Can't quite settle it. Atwell chips it up the boards. Shot from the point. Blocked by the Admirals. They come up the other way. Steven comes in. Quickly met by Andrew Hay. Sends him down. And Quinn stops up in the left-hand corner. To Vesper. Shot from a weird angle. Kind of goes right through the crease area.
I think maybe he was trying to bank it off of Grace's head as she was down in the RVH there, but
she was in good positioning. Went right past her, like well in front of her. So definitely not on target. So down the other end we go. Botany have it for a moment. Then the Admirals break out of there as Quinn 1-on-3 here. Just dumps it in, goes for a change. Sandoy out in front of that Zamboni door. Hits the referee with the pass. Good, nice pass back to himself then. Here comes Wimmer. Forehand pass up to Dalmatel. Kind of just chips it up off the glass, but then the Admirals take over. Bit of a chance here as they streak in. Admirals coming in, shoots, saved by Grace Harrison.
That was an old school style save with the VH. You don't see that much in the NHL these days. Very 2005 style save.
Either way, she's making it when it counts as Cheney just had a nice burst of speed, came in and had a good shot.
And that was a tough save because she was actually leaning the other way, thinking he was going to go across as Day comes into the zone offside. So she's leaning one way and has to reach back.
Yeah, I think strategically that VH, because we have a right-handed shot coming down the right wing, so she's taking away that glove side, and by doing that, she also is able to load up to push across if he goes to the back end. So clever tactical choice there by Grace.
Yeah, taking away a lot of space there was Grace. I went off the glove as you saw that. Great camera shot from behind the net.
It's the VH, a classic. Great for smaller goalies. If there's any smaller goalies watching, that's a great save selection if you're not 6'3".
Swarm had it for a moment now. Hayward Jones, he breaks it out the other way. Sevigny over to him. And they just chip it in, kind of give the puck back to the Swarm. Thuler in behind the net, off the boards. Again, off the Zamboni door, right to the Admirals. Shot right to Grace, off the pads. They send it back again.
The net came off there, and the referee actually just went and put it right back on its peg.
Mid-game action. Great service from the referees here.
Right, because Chabo was on that side before. I think he's really demolished the ice there. Even despite Grace putting some water on those pegs, they're not staying in.
Giveaway here. Admirals had it again. A little bit of sloppy play here as the puck's not settling for either team. Sandoy looking to settle it down. Comes out of his zone nicely. Has that pass intercepted by Regan. Knocked it right out of the air. He comes in, gets taken down. Swarm back on it. Thuler brings it back behind the net. Up to Carroll. Swarm a bit cautious with their breakout here. Sandoy back up to Evan Carroll. He gains the line. Kind of stops up, curls up on the forehand. With his head up, looking again. What is he going to do? Is he going to pass the puck here? Is he going to take a shot on net? Likes to shoot. That's blocked. Simon has it. Loads it up. Shot right through. As players come into the middle, but instantly met by lots of Admirals.
Crowd is loving it.
Yeah, a bit of argy-bargy. A little bit of, coming together in front.
Yeah, Admirals taking exception to two Swarm players that were quick with the stick right into Chaba's midsection, hoping for a rebound, even though there was none.
So shout out to a young fan, Rory, if you're watching this. Met his dad at a wedding. He's recently gone to hockey, 4-year-old Rory. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. The goals, the rough stuff, all of it.
Yeah, great to have anyone, wherever you are watching, anywhere in the world. It's great that you are alongside us, as you've seen here. Looks like we are going to get a couple of penalties. 2 minutes each, or potentially one extra for, nope, we're taking that one off the board. There's one player in the box. Nope, now we've got two. I'll take that back. We've got two Botany Swarm players in the box, penalty box that is, and one for the Admirals, as Atwell and Daigle will discuss with the referee what the calls are.
So speaking of wherever you're watching from, I can see someone watching from Ontario in the chat. I think we had a few others telling us where they're watching from. So thank you for joining us over here in New Zealand, getting your ice hockey fix during the North American off-season.
Yeah, 2:07 a.m. That would be Saturday morning.
Must really love hockey.
Yeah, dedication. Great to have you watching in your summer.
Sounds like a great Friday night.
Yeah, up that late or early morning. But if you just joined us, it is the NZIHL semifinals. The Botany Swarm have taken a 2-minute penalty in that little skirmish, but it is 3-0 at the moment. And the Admirals have gone on a power play. It's the first one of the game for them.
Yeah, great opportunity for them here. Try to get back in this thing.
Yeah, Sestroni has it on that left side. Goes down to Vesper. Gives it back to Sestroni. Down low to Regan. Regan up to Sestroni. Sestroni Likes to shoot. Oh, he goes like a shot pass.
Yeah, that's dangerous. You don't want to give Sestroni with that shot too much room to work with.
Shot here, and that was loaded up by Daig, but Harrison comes out to challenge it very well. Daigle keeps it in at the line. Admirals showing well here on the power play. Shot, and that is saved by Grace Harrison. Coming up big again.
Yeah, as I mentioned, she likes to come out to the top of that crease, make herself big, plays much further out than Chubba does, and so far it's worked well for her as her teammates are shutting down those backdoor passes, allowing her to get high in her crease and take away a lot of net.
And it shows a lot of confidence the Swarm have in their goaltender, where they'll just let the Admirals take these bad angle shots because they know they got Grace back there.
Yeah, and she's holding it down really well. So minute 10 in the power play to the Admirals. Regan, Sevigny all the way across to Sestroni, up top to Daigle. Daigle backhands it over to Sevigny. Sends it all the way across to Sestroni, looking for a one-timer, but he fans on that one. Swarm trying to clear it. Sestroni back down low to Regan. Regan goes behind the net, up to Sevigny. Gives it to Regan. Goes to the middle, has it taken away and cleared out of the zone.
Yeah, I think they're going to be trying to go for Vinny. He's on his off wing, left winger with a right-handed shot, so they're going to be trying to get that seam pass across to him for the one-timer, especially with Grace playing pretty high in her crease.
Admirals gain the line, coming in, Sestroni, he curls up. 20 seconds remaining. Oh, shot and a redirection there by Steven in front. That's Ben Steven. Admirals looking to get one here, shooting, and that's blocked by McDonald. Good penalty kill by the Swarm thus far.
The Honey Badger.
Simon sends it up to McDonald. I think this Honey Badger might stick. He's a bit of a water bug too, a little jittery. And that is it for the power play for the Admirals, so they do not get a goal there, but got some shots in.
Best look, I think, was that one-timer pass to Vinny, but he didn't get all of it on that one.
In fact, you could say he got none of it.
I guess none isn't much.
He got a swing on it, like he hit the puck. It just didn't go with a lot of force in the direction he wanted it.
Former student of yours, right, Ian?
That is true, yes.
Did you teach him that one-timer skill?
Something can't be taught. Well said.
In all fairness, he is an absolute threat whenever he connects with the puck.
Yeah. Chance in front, shot, and what a save by Chubba. Unreal one-timer there by the Swarm.
I don't know how he got a glove on that. That was amazing.
What a save by Chubba. We got to catch that again as Daumatel looks to the heavens as he not score on this one. What a move behind the net.
Massive save. Oh, yeah, that was,
wow.
Was that
Reaction
Sandoy
save.
or Atwell coming in there with that one-timer? Seeing on the replay from behind the net.
Wide open, and he
massive
read it
save
so
there.
well.
Really important because, as you guys mentioned, this is aggregate. This is like UEFA Champions League style. So even if the Admirals lose, they want to keep the margin to a minimum so they have a chance tomorrow to come back.
Every goal counts.
That's it. That's right. Wise words there, Mr. Rindelub. As you said earlier, that if you have more goals than the other team, you win more or less.
More
of the
often
time.
than not, yes.
Why aren't you coaching one of these teams with such incredible
Deep
tactical
logic.
advice?
Why? Because they just don't listen to me sometimes. You know, it's frustrating.
They just don't score.
I tell them to score goals, and then sometimes they don't. You know?
It's so obvious. That's the trick.
Do you ever get frustrated when you're teaching like that?
Yeah. Like, do you not know how to do triple integrals?
Oh, God. Triple deke here happening as Mawson tries to go through three players. Good thing we're coming back to the hockey. But no, the referee says, no, it's my turn to shine. I would like something to happen with that net, please. And we're going to get a stoppage. I'm not sure what that whistle was for.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was for either.
So I think the net was displaced bad enough to where he blew the whistle.
Was that like 4 or 5 net displacements now?
But then the faceoff's going to be wherever the zone the closest the puck was at the time.
Ah,
Okay.
I see.
There's a lot of distraction. Maybe it's
So you
just
know
some of that
tactics and rules. Thank you, Joel.
Simon, they win the faceoff, but they hit their own man, and the Admirals come away with it. But again, well defended by the Swarm. Admirals on the attack here. Pass in the middle, shot. Oh, and it's another one-timer missed by Sestroni. You have to check his stick. Janssen, 3-on-2 shaping up to the net. Kind of just sends a pass shot to the net, and Chaba will hold on.
So I see Braden Kaus asking in the chat, maybe German Braden, can these players get drafted to the NHL or no? So they can, but will they? Probably not. We can hope. I think the best player from New Zealand currently, I can't remember his name at the moment, but he's playing down in Danbury. Yes, Jacob
Ratcliffe.
Yes, Ratcliffe, playing with the Danbury Trashers, I believe won a championship. I think he's the only New Zealand pro player currently playing in North America at the moment. But outside chance of making it to the NHL.
Yeah, definitely one of the most talented Kiwi players to come from New Zealand.
We do have NHL draft picks that do play in this league, though.
That is true. They have had a few.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Matthew Schneider comes to mind right away. He was
right, with
fourth or
Queenstown.
fifth round to Calgary. In Queenstown, he played there.
Yeah, the level of this league is closer, I think, to NCAA Division III or Division II. Roughly, a lot of Division II, Division III players come here to play in this league.
Grace Harrison was a Division I NCAA
Yeah, that's right.
player.
Yep.
And she set a lot of records for St. Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Darren Blong has referred to her as the GOAT of New Zealand hockey.
I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah, a bit of a trailblazer for the young women here in New Zealand.
And she has led the way because we have some fantastic female goaltenders. In fact, there are 3 of them suited up tonight.
Yeah, both backup goaltenders for respective teams are female.
That's right. Alexa Gibson played for University of Ottawa, suiting up for the Swarm in the backup role. And Lachlan Hyde, or now Henry, married to Scott, has changed her name. Scott Henry on the Admirals is backing up for the blue team.
We've got just under 7 minutes left in the second period as the Swarm have the puck at the blue line. That's Fontaine, Jackson Fontaine. A good reacquisition, I guess, for the Swarm. He missed some time in the regular season, but has played the required amount of games. I think it's 4?
I believe it is 4.
To be eligible to play in the playoffs, that's correct. So Carroll, he drops the puck back to Sandoy. Sandoy. Bit of a nice curl away move there.
Good patience.
Kozak, he dumps it in. Bit of a quiet lull in the rink at the moment. Bit tense. 6 minutes to play, second period. Swarm in on the forecheck here. Admirals, they have it. Daigle in behind the net. Looking up. Wondering what his players are going to be doing. Looking for that high stretch pass. Goes for it. Sandoy reads it well. Gets in the way. Now Simon backhands it up. Up to Kozak, one-on-one. Gets in towards Daigle. Nice move. Backhand shot. Saved by Chaba.
You don't see many players go through Daigle like that. Impressive move.
I think Daigle was trying to judge if he was going to go right or left, and he definitely made a nice move. Speaking of which, it goes the other way. Daigle tries to go through, but again, the pass is not getting there. Simon in the way. Back up to Kozak. Tries the same move, but Hayward Jones says, nah, I'm not going to fool me there twice. He comes up. Gives it up to Sevigny. Looking to pass. Goes cross-rink pass. He had a shot shooting lane, but elects to shoot it. Grace coming well out of the net there to cut that one.
Yeah, that shot was going wide, but she decided better to get a stoppage in play and give him a reset there.
And a great awareness because the Swarm needed a change, so able to get that full line back out there.
Yeah, that's right. Good game management from Grace.
So 5:06 to play in this second period. We are semifinal action here at Paradise Botany, also known as the Hive. And the Admirals coming in here. Pass in front, deflected away. Forcing the Admirals back again, doing an awful lot of regrouping in this game. They elect to dump it in now. Wimmer goes to get it. Chips it up off the boards. Swarm, nice and smooth on the breakout. Janssen cuts in the middle, takes a shot. Not sure where that went, but it definitely went high.
Off the stick, I think.
Deflected over everyone for that whistle, but here's that play by Kozak. Whoop! Able to get a backhand on it, but Chaba easy to steer that one away.
I like your sound effects. I wish we had those for every game.
Real good.
Whoop.
But I think he was genuinely surprised he made that move because he kind of stopped skating. He's like, I just got around Daigle. What do I do now?
Put a weak backhander on goal.
That's what he did. You're right. Going against your other bit of advice of just score goals.
Yeah, why won't they listen to me?
And that is a offside. That was what that whistle was for as we hit the 4-minute 18 mark. Shots on goal, 19 for the Swarm, 13 for the West Auckland Admirals.
I think a better period for the Admirals so far, other than that big mistake that allowed Kozak to score. I think the Admirals have come out strong so far this period.
The Swarm noticing they've taken one of their lines that hasn't been on yet is Koptev, Rawari, and Pang are out there, getting some time against Vesper, Ben Steven, and Quinn.
Yeah, good to see them out there. Rawiri, very nice guy. Great shot, too. He scored a few goals despite being on the fourth line, not getting too much ice time. The Swarm will be hoping he can steal another one here.
Giveaway there as now Admirals come the other way. Quinn with a wrist shot. That goes wide. Comes out right to Steven. Oh, he gets it. Passes it over. Excuse me, that's Vesper. And they get it out of the zone, but taking a big hit there from Kennedy. Come the other way as Koptev takes a shot. That's blocked. As that Swarm player goes right to the bench. Here comes Vesper. Cuts in the middle. Goes on the backhand. Gets taken down with a stick, but no call.
I think that was a little bit of a slip there. I think that's the right call, not making that.
He was going down, but he did get hacked.
Well, the Admirals fans and their bench erupted and were not happy about that.
I think it was
they're really looking for a call.
Absolutely, yeah, they would be. They want to get their power play out there. They've only had one power play. A bit of a trip there. And we continue on. 3 minutes in the second period. Lead Cole. Looking up ice. Chips a pass up through. Doesn't reach to Delmatau. Does chip it in, though. Diggs on the backhand, though. And they take it away. Delmatau gets hit from McLeish. They both go down. They go up ice. That's Cheney. Dumps the puck in. Henry on the backhand. Off the Zamboni door this time and up the boards. Kept in by the Admiral. Shot towards the net. That goes right wide. Hart's in there again. Then here we go. Up there was going to be another penalty call here. Not sure who that is going against Joel, but we shall see. The arm is up. It is Andy Hart again. No, it can't be.
Third time in the box. Maybe he just needs a rest.
That is not going to please any coach, especially the West Auckland Admirals coach.
Yeah, he won't be happy, especially considering that at least one of those penalties was a retaliation.
Yeah, he's taken 2 retaliations. I didn't see exactly what happened there, but the referee has seen something that is worthy of being penalized, and the Swarm going on the power play. Exactly 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, so they have pretty much 95% of the remaining time of this period on the power play. Simon at the top takes a shot that hits his own man in front. Recall, they shoot and score.
Kozak again
with the backhand.
See, he followed your advice, Joel. Better backhand shot this time.
Well, I'm glad he listened to me finally.
Finally.
But that takes us up to 4 goals to none for the West Auckland Admirals. Botany Swarm putting the foot down on the special teams with another goal on the power play.
Yeah, great job by Kozak. Right place, right time, follows the puck, and well, unfortunately, Chaba probably was maybe screened on that first shot and was not able to recover.
So I did mention he doesn't pop back to his feet very quickly. So once again, the Swarm have exploited that.
So that was a power play goal, and the penalty actually wasn't on Andy Hart. It was for when the coach grabbed the stick.
The coach
of Atwell.
Wow.
The coach took a penalty.
The coach took.
This is something you do not see. Wow, that is new. The coach getting in the action, wanting to be on the ice.
Well, I guess the coach can't tell himself off for that.
He can send himself home. Goodness me. Wow, that is, again, something you don't always see, but the Swarm capitalized on the power play. Excuse me, Andy, I did not. I presume that you got a penalty there.
You've been exonerated, Andy.
But the Swarm have capitalized. I wonder if Reed Cole's going to get an assist. He hit that shot right as he was screening the goalie, and then it went in from the backhand. But then again, man, if you are an Admirals fan, you would not be pleased if they didn't have that call earlier. If they had it, that goal might not have gone in. Nevertheless, game is on, and that puck goes right in towards Chaba, and he holds on to it.
Yeah, well done by Chaba. I think that was a pass across the crease there, and he stopped.
So there's the stick up.
Here's the penalty.
Oh, you see the hand on the stick right there.
In
Great
your lower
camera
left-hand
shot.
screen, yeah, the coach grabs Atwell's stick from the
That
bench.
is
Oh my
sneaky.
goodness.
That's the sort of thing you see in European football, in the theme of this sort of European football-style aggregate scoring. I don't know if any of you watch, if you remember Jose Mourinho poking another coach in the eye during one of the Champions League games, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Anyway, back to some hockey.
That's wild. Botany Swarm with the puck here. 30 seconds to go in the second period. The score is 4-0. You think the crowd would be right into it here, Joel, as well, but again, it's a little bit quiet. They have been celebrating a little bit.
We have this 4-goal lead, but remember, when last time these two teams played, the Admirals came back with a 7-2 victory the next day. So 4 is not safe for this aggregate.
That's true. And again, that is it. Every goal does count. So there it is. There's the horn. That will take us to the end of 40 minutes of play here, Joel. Botany Swarm, 4 goals. West Auckland Admirals, none. 21 shots from the Swarm, 13 for the Admirals.
Yeah, the Swarm have continued to pour it on. They've been buzzing out there. Again, power play has helped them in their favor. Able to put some more cushion on this lead. And remember, this is an aggregate, so the Admirals, this game isn't over because there's still 4 more periods left to play. And so that's the mindset they're really going to need going into the third. That if they can just scrape 1 or 2, anything they can will absolutely help in the long run.
That's for sure right, and they need definitely just one. Like they're got to try and get a greasy one through Grace. At the moment, the way Grace is playing, she's standing up really tall. They're going to need some bodies in front, get a couple of rebounds, maybe some redirect shots, but it hasn't been very clean for them, even with their power play. Some of the penalty kill has been real strong for the Botany Swarm, and the defense seems to be holding, at least from the Swarm's perspective. Perhaps maybe a couple of calls to help go their way would be, they might be looking for that. But again, you can't predict when there's going to be a call. You got to play on. This is playoff hockey. Wipe those 4 goals out of the memory. Focus on the third period, and just go for it. So there we have it, folks. We are at 2 periods of play in the books right now. And going to another interview, we've got Bartek Evertoski standing by, but just waiting for the players to get their
So he'll be
their drinks
talking to Saving Grace Harrison, who's just having a bit of a cool-off here, or perhaps Dag as well, but another solid period from Grace, again shutting the door as she's just getting a bit of a stretch here, put in a lot of side-to-side movement there in the second. And here comes Dag himself. He'll be talking with Bartek, and I'm sure he'll have some unique input here on how this tie is coming together.
Yes, that is true. Yes, both captains getting some words with the referee. And speaking of words, we will hear from Captain Justin Dag on the West Auckland Admirals with Bartek. Over to you, Bartek.
So I am here with the captain of the West Auckland Admirals, Justin Daigle. So you're in a tough spot at the moment here. So what do you think you need to do to get back into this series?
Yeah, I think we got to just keep working. I mean, it seems right now we're getting pretty distracted by stuff we can't control. So reset the focus, get back to work, playing our game, and just keeping things simple. We got a lot of guys working hard, but not necessarily working smart at all times. So we just got to dial it back a little bit and just focus on the little things.
So you've missed a lot of time this season, so it's great to have you back on the ice here. Doesn't look like you've missed a step. How does it feel to be back out here with your team?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's injuries are never something you want to go through, but they're part of the game. It's like torture trying to watch and not be able to be out there and make a difference. So it's great to be back, and yeah, it felt like a long time.
Well, at least you took the opportunity to spend some time with your new baby, so congratulations on that. Maybe a future ice fern.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, thanks for that. We're we're really happy. Mom's doing great, baby's doing great. So yeah, couldn't be more thrilled. And I guess if there ever is a time to suffer an injury, it was good timing to be able to have a lot of quality time at home. So.
Small silver lining there. So I'll let you get back to your team, and best of luck through the rest of the series.
Great. Thanks, Bartek.
Well, thank you, Bartek here. Great words from Justin Daigle. He's just got to chip away. They got to stay focused, stay out of the penalty box, be disciplined, and as we mentioned earlier, just almost hit that reset button and just dial it back in. Don't worry about things they can't control and just play their game.
I mean, that's exactly it. You could tell there might be a little bit of frustration there from the Admirals, thinking maybe they should have a few more power plays, but you got to just play through it. And if you keep working and you keep moving those feet, the good things will happen.
Yes, that's right. So stay tuned, Fano. We're going to be back shortly for third period action. This is game number 1 of 2, and we have lots more to play for. So stay with us after the break. Kia ora whānau, welcome back to NZIHL action. I'm Ian Wanamaker alongside Bartek Evertovsky and the man himself, Joel Rinalab. What a break here we've had. It's been really good to get reacquainted and also just get into this ice hockey semifinal action. Like it's phenomenal. We got an aggregate, so every goal counts, as you know now. It is 4-0 for the Botany Swarm here, guys, heading into the third period. Anything that you expect to see or would like to see?
More goals.
Okay.
More goals. That's what we're here for. And remember, it is an aggregate, so every goal matters. Every goal counts. So when we conclude our game today, we won't have a winner or a loser per se until the end and conclusion of tomorrow's game. But right now, the Swarm do have that 4-goal head start.
Yeah, I think last season, so what happened was the Admirals and the Swarm as well that played in the semifinals. And I believe the second game, the Swarm were winning that game, but losing on aggregate. And so they pulled Grace Harrison when they were winning. Caused a lot of confusion for the fans in the building. But yeah, with an aggregate score, what matters is how many goals you scored over both games. So the Admirals, although they're down 4-0, they really need to try and reduce that margin to give themselves a chance tomorrow.
That is true. So as the teams get back out on the ice for the start of the third, bit of a rousing welcome.
Swarm have given their fans a show today. 4 unanswered goals on 21 shots. 13 shots for the Admirals. I think they had a good second period, the Admirals, other than that mistake that allowed Kozak to get that third goal. But yeah, they're going to need to bring some fire here to start off this third period if they want to give themselves a chance this weekend.
Oh yes, they definitely need a lot more shots to test Harrison, a lot more, because she's done really well with only those 13, but a lot of them have been real quality saves.
And no rebounds either, so no second chance opportunities, which is another reason why there's only 13 shots.
That's right, and the Swarm defense has to get some credit as well with being able to collect the puck after Grace has made that save and then go back on their attack.
That's right, and they've done really well to take away the passing options for the Admirals, except on the power play where they had a good look to Vinny for a one-timer. They've done really well at taking away those pass options so that Grace can play where she wants at the top of the crease, making herself big. Doesn't have to worry about those backdoor passes as much. She really trusts her defense.
I will also see what the Admirals come out with as well for this third period, if they do hit a little bit of that reset and just kind of...
So I see an interesting comment in the chat. Commenters look like the in-betweeners grown up. Would you agree with that assessment?
No comment.
Not going to show your age there, Joel. He's going to keep to the no comment. We're underway, third period. Here we are. Puck is dropped. Admirals win the face-off. The Swarm get it back.
Is that an 80s movie, The In-Betweeners? Is that early 90s?
No, we're thinking the British sitcom.
Oh, I see.
With like the high school kids.
Oh, those ones. Ah, I see it. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that in this case.
Hence the no comment. Backhand off the glass there. Kosny. Puck seems to find him. Sent right back down. Stubler has it now. Drops it to Sandoy. Calmly puts it up to Kosny. Stubler to Kosny. He sends it in to that corner to Mawson. Kind of mishandles it a little bit. And Regan tries to get it out of the zone. Now Kozak reaches it and grabs it and sends it in off the door of the Zamboni. And Admirals try to clear it. Cole's there at the line. Keeps it in. Over to Carroll in the middle. One-timer by Dalmatel. Doesn't connect properly on that. Steven now. It's Ben Steven. Excuse me. That's Quigley.
Pass was too strong. Knocked Regan right over.
Dalmatel with the pass towards the net. Looked like he had a shooting lane, but didn't shoot it.
I think he was trying almost a shot pass onto Jackson's
Nice
stick.
move by Atwell. Pass in front, though. Up to Simon at the point. Shot. And that deflects into the corner. Hit a body on the way in. Atwell sends it up top to Cole. One-time shot off his own man. Off his back.
Yeah, Dalmatel had to wear that one.
Definitely want to try to keep the shots low where you can, especially when you got your own teammate shooting at you. A bit of friendly fire. is in at neutral zone. Swarm changing. Vesper dumps it in. Makes Atwell go back to chase. Up to Andy Hay. He passes it right to Scott Henry. He cuts in, takes a shot, blocked by Simon. Another chance there for the Admirals.
Swarm doing really well to block shots, not letting much get through to Grace.
McDonald sends it deep. Bit of dump and chase happening on both sides of the rink here. Daigle comes out with it. Doesn't like what he sees, he curls back. Sends it up. Tipped in nicely there by Quinn. And that lets Wimmer come up the other side. Hopkinson, bit of a drop pass by accident. Backs to the middle. Johnson gets a shot on net. Chaba makes a good save. Daigle gets hit in the face by Janssen, and Janssen didn't know what to do. He kind of questioned that, and the ref was like, just play on. Come on, mate, it's playoff hockey.
Good to see Janssen back out there. He missed a lot of the season after breaking his wrist against Dunedin. I think that was the second weekend of the season.
Here comes Cheney. Oh, yes, good to see him back. Thula takes his man, takes a stick in the face as well. Lots of things happen in playoffs. Got to battle through. McDonald takes a late hit. Thula has it in behind the net. Time ticking by, 16 and a half minutes in the third period. Cheney gets a kind of a reverse hip check from Thula. Sandoy now. Goes up that right side on the wing. He gets hip checked. He sends it down. Again, lots of dump and chase. Like, Botany would be happy to dump and chase, just chewing a little bit more time off the clock, keeping the puck away from the Admirals.
Yeah, just frustrating them as every minute ticks down. The Admirals can get more and more frustrated.
And Sevigny goes back. Over to Regan. Admirals looking to mount some offensive attack here. And Simon takes down Mawson. A bit of an offside here as the Admirals come the other way. Again,
A bit sloppy out there right now.
that's it. That's exactly what I was seeing too. A lot of sloppy play. But again, the Swarm just keeps sending it deep down into the Admirals zone. And now the Admirals are countering. Sevigny has it poke checked away nicely by Dalmatau. And the Swarm come back. Regroup.
Yeah, they're doing really well to clog up the neutral zone, not giving the Admirals much space to break out.
Hence the old trap. Right, Simon.
Your favorite era of hockey.
No,
Swarm are
not
bringing it
even.
back.
It's just, I mean, when they're playing as though they're protecting the lead, and that's what they're doing. They're keeping the Admirals back in their zone, playing very measured. Atwell. There's a bit of a no-look backhand pass.
Seen some nice work from Dalmatau, known for his offensive skills, doing really well in the neutral zone. Lifting sticks, stealing pucks.
Sorry, Bartek, that could have been a bit of an interference call there. The player took a hip check, but the puck had already gone by. Chance for the Swarm here. Atwell comes in, shoots and misses just wide on that short side.
Golden opportunity there.
Yeah, and he put the puck wide.
Yeah, great chance for Atwell. I think he saw some daylight there as Chubba was slightly cheating to the glove side there. Atwell doing really well, right-handed shot, so the glove side is his favorite option in that situation, but he goes back to the blocker side there, just misses.
And Chaba had good positioning as well, like he's cut that angle. Oh, so Atwell maybe just straight
looks
up
like
missed the
Chubba
net.
had that covered actually. But good opportunity for Atwell.
So Swarm in the face-off. Janssen sends it down, but gives it to Daigle. Daigle puts it up to Cheney. Cheney on the right side. Goes cross-rink dump in. Into the corner for Thula. Puts it off to Janssen. Can't get through hard, but yes, he does. Fans on his pass. With a toe drag to the middle. He comes out to it. Backhand up to Hopkinson. It's Ritchie. He sends it in cross corner. Over to Janssen. Janssen gets hit there. And McLeish takes over. Backhand up the wall. Henry, backhand pass. Doesn't look before he passes it. Kind of just threw it away. A little bit uncharacteristic. A little bit.
Janssen looking a little bit shaken up there after that collision. Hopefully he's all right.
Daigle comes into the neutral ice area with it. 1-on-4. Takes a wrist shot, and that deflects and goes wide into the corner. And he goes back to the defensive position. Sevigny in on the charge. He gets hit. Swarm again. 2 men on the Admirals player with the puck right away inside their own zone. Really committed to that team defense.
Stifling pressure from the Swarm, not giving the Admirals anything to work with.
Definitely would be frustrating on the Admirals side as they're putting pressure here. Kosny sends it up to Carroll. Swarm backhanded in. Really high, blocker down by Chaba. Carroll gets wrapped up by Mawson. Fontaine curls away from a hit. Does well here. Gets through. Up to Simon pinching in. And Reed Cold with it. Forced to regroup. Goes back. On the edges. Up to Dalmatel. Definitely offside, but no call there. Sorry. It just looked like Fontaine was well ahead of the play. If we could see that from here. The linesman clearly did not see that one. Look at this. He's at least 6-7 strides ahead of the play. And no, that's okay. We'll play on.
I think they need to repaint these blue lines. Continual issue that they're pretty hard to see. Or we need to get the referee some contacts maybe.
That's like 2 meters. That's what you need to call. That's your job.
I mean, it's within margin of error. That blue line could be really thick. You never know.
Oh, come on.
Referee just can't see it. Or linesman, rather.
All right, Vesper comes the other way, but Dalmatel really good with that stick check. Taking it away from them. Swarm controlling a lot of this. It's 12 minutes left in the third period. Admirals sitting on 13 shots. Chance here for the Swarm. Shot right into the bread basket, as you said earlier. So Chaba making that save.
Atwell doing really well to force a turnover there. Get that pass into the slot, but Chaba in the right position.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Swarm want to be doing in this third period. Get a few shots on, but most importantly, keep the play and puck possession in the offensive zone. They don't care if things get a little sloppy out there as long as the puck is away from their net.
Yeah, keep it down to 200 feet on the other side, 100 meters the other way. And they're playing pretty solid on the defensive end, keeping the Admirals not allowing them to develop their play. So again, if you're an Admirals fan, it's frustrating for them, maybe even as a player, trying to break through that tight D. Andy Hay on the back, trying to get through. Admirals onto the puck first. Shot there, doesn't, and it takes a deflection, almost fooled Grace as it came back the other way. Admirals, bit of pressure here. Kept in at the line by McLeish. That's Quinn, 41, sends it on net, but wide.
I think almost 10 minutes in, that was the first almost chance the Admirals really had.
It was towards the net, but not even on it. So Daigle coming in, elects to shoot, block it away, rebound chance. Quinn doesn't get it.
Yeah, first rebound opportunity for the Admirals, but Grace was in great position. So it didn't really matter. Amounted to the same thing it has all night so far.
Is Grace making the save and no rebounds.
So now the Admirals need to take your tactical advice and try and get a goal here as they have a face-off in the Swarm, and Flynn Hayward-Jones and Mawson on that blue line, both with heavy shots. They're going to need to win this face-off, get that puck back to them, create some traffic in front of Grace if they want to get back into this game.
They do manage to win the face-off and clear it, so Swarm making an instant change off that face-off. And Admirals send it down deep, and that is before the red line, so that is going to be an icing charge against the Admirals. Not what they wanted. They want to be in that other end. It's 10 minutes, 52 seconds. Again, it does feel like the clock is against the Admirals, as is time. But on aggregate, every goal matters, so they need to get on the board and get something going for momentum purposes, at least going into tomorrow's matchup.
Yeah, that's right. Big difference between a 4-goal lead or a 4-goal deficit going into tomorrow versus a 3-goal deficit. If they can even get one, they're going to give themselves a much better chance tomorrow.
The Swarm in control of the face-off here, down low. Kosny had it for a moment. And the Swarm clear out of the zone themselves. Thuler forced to go back. Chased hard by Henry. Some good pressure there as Cheney in on his man against Sandoy.
And here's what you want to see a little bit more from the Admirals is a little bit of hustle, throwing that body around, trying to create some pressure, maybe get a turnover, just make something happen.
Yes, just a bit of grind. Just got to play real hard hockey. Get in.
You can see the importance of the first seed here because the Swarm playing at home, they're really used to this big ice, and it's much harder to play a grindy sort of game on this big international ice than it would be in Avondale.
That's true. It does take a lot more effort, but that's what is needed right now. They need to put that effort in. And a bit of a deflection bounce. Almost went Savigny's way. He does get it back, one-on-one. Savigny takes a shot, and what a glove save by Grace, making it look easy, but that is not easy at all.
She caught that with style. A little bit of flashing that leather there. I think we're going to see that on the replay now. Turnover here, and a nice glove save by Grace.
Making it look easy.
Yeah, that puck was rolling as well, so
yeah,
often
really
fools a goaltender when that puck's rolling like that.
For sure, really tough to read a bobbling puck.
Kept in at the line by Sestroni. Sends it down behind the net. Forces Simon to get it off the boards. Just elects to chip it in softly through the crease, no icing. Atwell on the sideboards. Backhands it down, but the Admirals managed to get it out of the zone. That was Kazhinov, a young junior defenseman for the Swarm, getting some ice time. A left-handed shot. He just pinched in there. Now Savigny coming back. And he comes in. Regan was just a little bit over the line. Savigny not making a play at the blue line, forcing his teammate to go offside.
So Joel, do you have any tactical advice for the Admirals in this situation beyond the obvious? What do they need to do here?
Well, as you have so gently led in to the theme of the night, we'll just score more goals. But what I would like to see from the Admirals is a little bit more aggressive forechecking. They're doing a bit of a 1-2-2, almost a soft forecheck, and you can't do that at this point in the game, especially when you're down 4 goals.
They have to go for it, don't they?
You need to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, take some risks.
There's one there as Vesper sends Cole to the ice. The good forecheck. Speaking of which, they're capitalizing, getting the puck back with this good forecheck. Vesper still on the wall, though. Good work by McDonald. The Honey Badger cuts in the middle. What a move. Can he get through? Doesn't get it back. Daigle comes in and kind of settles his energy down.
Badger is still going. He's a small guy. Daigle couldn't knock him over somehow.
They're still battling. McLeish comes away. He looks for Vesper. Vesper pinches to get, or Cole pinches in to get it. This is where games are won here. Bartek is on the sideboards, pinching in, getting those pucks.
Neutral zone.
I was going to say, Marcus McDonald is also only 18. He's just going to get bigger and stronger. He's an engineering student at Auckland University. Just started his first year.
Sounds like he might be his professor.
Unfortunately not. I tried to tempt him doing mathematics and computer science, but he decided he wanted to make money.
Okay. Fair comment. Shot there by Cheney. Deflected by one of the Swarm defenders, and that went right into the mesh.
We do have some maths and computer science students, though, from the Swarm. We have Jackson Fontaine, Lucas Fontaine, and also, there's one more, Luke Simon as well. So very brainy team out there. Had a pleasure of teaching a few of them.
Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals win the face-off on that one. But the Swarm, again, coming away with it. Thuler. Nice passing play to Kozak. Over to Pekozny. Comes in on that left side. Gets taken off the puck by Hayward Jones. Really good defensive play there by Hayward Jones. Admirals. Here in New Zealand, West Auckland Admirals trying to get back on the attack. Here they are. Flynn Hayward Jones doing it himself. Chasing his own dump in. Does get there. Good work here. Hayward Jones in the middle. Shot. What a save by Grace Harrison. Probably the best of the night for her.
And once again, look at that aggressive goaltending coming out well beyond her crease to read it beautifully and make the stop.
Very Jonathan Quick-esque. Look at her bouncing to her feet. Gets to the top of the blue paint. What a save by Grace.
Playing with some great confidence, Grace Harrison. Stopping Pure New Zealand.
And just watch her as she squares to the puck as well, which can be very difficult with a strong push-off like that. So highly technical goaltending.
And such a quality save, too. Under pressure, great reaction time. All skills needed to play that position very well, as she is showing us here tonight.
Truly the GOAT of New Zealand hockey.
Settle down. This is semifinal 1, mate. Let's just tailor that for the moment.
It's not too early to call her the GOAT of New Zealand ice hockey, though.
You know, he's called it that at least 3 times, so I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is my bias showing?
6 minutes, 27 seconds left in the third period. So that's almost 60 minutes of hockey played. Swarm now. Simon passes it down to Fontaine. Fontaine over to Dalmatau. Passing it around well. Back up to Dalmatau at the point. Wrist shot through the point. Shot here, and it's all off the goalpost. Atwell.
Oh, my.
Looked like he had it, but didn't get it past Chaba in the net.
And a fantastic play by Kennedy to tie him up with an open net there.
Hopefully we'll see that on the replay in a minute.
Here New Zealand. West Auckland Admirals, they dump it in. 78 goes for a change. Again, that forecheck not there. Simon's given a lot of time to set up behind the goal.
Yeah, normally we'd say nothing to lose by going for it, but with this sort of aggregate scoring, there is always a risk of getting scored on late in the game and creating a deeper hole for themselves to dig themselves out of. I think normally if this was just 2 games, 3 game sort of series, then we'd see the Admirals really going very hard for the forecheck this late.
Either way, you still got to go for it. This is playoff hockey.
It's playoff hockey, and those 4 goals will still be there tomorrow.
That's it. Like, that doesn't get erased. They've already got them. It's banked. It's locked in.
Here's that replay from Atwell, tied up by Kennedy there, right in front of the net to save another goal.
Oh, it does go off the post. Oh, wow.
That is just a helpless feeling, watching it in slow-mo go towards an open goal and hit nothing but iron.
Yeah, and to Atwell's teammates' credit, they did show up some love on the bench and say, hey, you know, that tough one there, you'll get one. But we are on, keep on playing. Under 5 minutes left in this third period. Pure New Zealand, West Auckland Admirals. Daigle coming in the middle, takes a wrist shot. That goes wide. Rebound was there. The Swarm quick to get onto it. Kosny tries to hit Kozak with a pass in the middle. Dave sends it up the boards. Again, up to the Swarm. Carroll to Simon. Clash does well to get Kosny off the puck. Passes it up. There goes Quinn. It's taken off the puck well by Cole. Reed Cole has Vesper on his back. Kosny on the right-hand side. Just saucers it right onto Chaba. Be another shot on net, probably a pretty easy one. Swarm, really swarming the defenders of the Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals.
Just buzzing in the neutral zone.
Just be frustrating. Here they come again. The Swarm. Fontaine looks to make a move. Dalmatau in the middle. Shot, and it is a save by Chaba.
That would have really stung if it went in, to keep the B puns going.
It's a good save by Chaba.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave the jokes to you, Joel.
He's really been an anchor back there.
Holding strong.
They just really need to right the ship.
Stop the slow leaks. Okay.
Give us your best puns in the chat, please. We need more material.
Hey, they're down 4, but they're still afloat.
Yeah. That could go for icing here, and it will go back into Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admiral territory. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Semi-final action, NZIHL here at the Hive. Tamaki Makato, Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Thank you, all of you joining us from wherever you are in the world. Can see some Canadians, 3:11 a.m. watching some hockey.
Well, how can you sleep when you got this going on live right here in Auckland, New Zealand?
That's
Nice
right.
to be. There you are. Sandoy sends it down. Goes in behind the net. There's Pang. Seeing some ice gets hit from the back. Does well to get back up. Wrist shot there. That's hit the shin pads of Andy Hart.
So
Andy Hart does get into the action all the time, doesn't he?
He's got a nose for it.
Yeah, he does. Dalmatel streaks across the line.
So Shakaden, for anyone unfamiliar with him, I believe he was the NZIHL Rookie of the Year, or at least for the Swarm.
Yes, he
excellent
was.
young player.
Up and coming.
Fontaine just got sent to the ice with a big hit, but he's back up with the puck.
Shot and saved there by Chaba. Put to the corner. 2.5 minutes. Atwell with it. Backhands it down low. Dalmatel tries for it, but the here New Zealand West Auckland Admirals have it and send it out of the zone.
I think Thuler actually managed to keep that in, but didn't realize it was still in with how faint the blue lines are.
Dalmatel pass to Simon. Mishandles the puck. Gives it to Sevigny. Dumps it in. Not a lot of chase. Sistroni surveys. He does chase, but ill-timed. Cole comes away.
Again, though, the Admirals had 4 people just waiting in the neutral zone with 1 forechecker.
Yeah, kind of just watching the play. They can't afford to watch at this point. They really do need to pressure and put the attack against the Swarm. Here they go.
It's emergency with this sinking ship.
SOS.
Shot there, and a great save by Grace Harrison. Sistroni one-times one, as Regan gave a great pass there to Sistroni, and he got a hold of that one. Did not miss his target, but Grace Harrison was that target, not the net. Shot here by Hopkinson, and gloved nicely by Chaba.
You can see the differences between the two goaltenders. Chaba staying deep in his crease, using his hands, corralling that puck, no rebound. Whereas Grace always playing the top of her crease, making herself big, diving all over the place with her flexibility.
Yeah, good save there. Gotta wonder, guys, there's a bit of social media hype before the game. I noticed that the Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals were asking for some beekeepers to dispose of some bees, and not to be outdone with the Swarm putting in some temperature references for the Met Service to see, with some hot heat and some minus temperatures for that Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals. Not sure if you saw those.
Oh, I did see that. I love some good social media trolling. Keep an eye out on their Instagrams for more.
Kozak with a shot here. He takes a hard one, and it's left pad saved by Chaba. Another good one. Last minute of play in the third period. Stepping up for a hit there is Vesper. He gets reverse knocked down by Carroll. And Carroll sends it back down. Bit of a dump and chase. Just leaving the chase. Electing to have some soft pressure now.
Just 30 seconds remaining in their opening contest.
And that's intercepted by Dalmatel. Gives it right back to the Pure New Zealand Admirals. Sandoy get back. 20 seconds to play. Sends it over. Up to Thuler. Thuler has it. Last 10 seconds of the game. Thuler has it in behind the net. Swarm just electing to hold on to the puck at this stage.
And why not when you have the space, because that will do it. Our first game is in the books. The Botany Swarm down the Pure NZ Admirals by a score of 4-0.
4-0, 4-0. Grace Harrison picking up a shutout in the semifinal, game 1 of this 2 aggregate series. So we'll do this all again tomorrow. Going into tomorrow, that is a +4 scoreline favoring the Botany Swarm. So that would mean that the Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals would need to score a minimum of 4 goals to tie and 5 to win, providing that the Botany Swarm do not score any other goals in tomorrow's contest.
But it can be done. We see a lot of high-scoring contests here in the NZIHL, so no lead is enough space.
That's
it's
right.
Not safe.
It's definitely not. So there will be another game tomorrow. That is for certain, and we do not know that outcome. So, but what will follow is the 4 goals that have been scored in this game carry on.
But as you mentioned, a fantastic game from goalkeeper Grace Harrison. That is my player of the game. Her second shutout of the year, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Yes, I can't agree with you more. Definitely an MVP of the game tonight from the Botany Swarm side. I'm not sure who I'd pick from the Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals at this stage, but they're certainly going to be looking for an MVP for them to step up for tomorrow. If they're going to want to push this envelope and want to challenge for that Burgle Cup in the finals, or at least to extend this a little bit further.
Season is not over. There is a game tomorrow. So they're going to have to go home, get a good night's sleep, and think about what they can do to start clawing away at this 4-goal deficit, because you can't get it all back at once. So you got to take it one period at a time, one shift at a time, one shot at a time.
Hey, thanks for showing up with the great analysis and also the good insight, Joel. It's very simple when you put it in that regard, and maybe that's the way they need to look at it. Don't overcomplicate things and just one thing at a time. Because you're right, they can score, and they possibly will get one tomorrow. We shall see. They need at least 4 to make it equal. So they maybe don't need to put too much pressure on themselves as well to score, but that could be in the Swarm's favor, knowing that they already have that +4 score differential moving into tomorrow. But you can't rest, can you? You need to just continue playing hockey and keep playing the game and get what's presented to you, but also earn your chances. Like, I don't know about you, Joel, I felt at some points in the game that the Admirals did not pressure enough where they could have or should have to push the envelope. Maybe they felt like a bit of a defeated club in that late third period.
Things weren't going their way, and you know, sometimes you need to try to find a way to use that as motivation on the next shift.
Yeah, you wonder too, does that come down a little bit to the coaching? Do you put the blender in and start changing the lineup? Do you elect to try a different forecheck? Like, these are the things in game you got to make some decisions and situations where you press the envelope. And speaking of which, we will be having an interview shortly, potentially, I believe, with the Botany Swarm.
Yeah, we'll be speaking to head coach Kevin Simon of the Botany Swarm, and we'll kick it over to you, Bartek.
Kia ora. So I'm here with Kevin Simon, coach of the Botany Swarm, or should I say Dr. Kevin Simon. That was a clinical performance. So what did you like from your team?
I think we were really consistent. So going into this game, we just wanted to make sure we played a steady game the entire 3 periods, and I think we did that. So well done.
I think everyone who watched that would agree. Do you think there's anything that you need to do differently or work on for tomorrow's game? Because as we know, this series is not over. We're playing for aggregate score, so we still have a game tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Like our last series, we beat them the first game, and then they came back and they took it to us in the second game. So this isn't done yet. So again, we just try to come out consistently. We always try to make every period better than the last one, so that's our aim for the next game.
That sounds good. So we'll be back here tomorrow. Thank you, Kevin, and best of luck tomorrow.
Great, thanks very much.
Thank you, Bartek, and thank you, Coach Simon. Well said, and they do need to take it one game and one step at a time now and keep that consistency going, and it's gotten them into the position they're in. They have earned it, and they will be deserving of that in the next game. But it is a new game, Joel, and another 60 minutes of hockey still to be played.
And as Coach Simon said, consistency. That's a coach's best friend. Coming in and game out, and that's what he's going to have to hope tomorrow, that the Swarm can repeat their success.
Yeah, and they were very indicated with that clinical play. They definitely had a really good team defensive effort, and everyone seemed to buy into that. So if they can replicate that performance again, it will be frustrating for the Pure New Zealand West Auckland Admirals, but they're going to need something different to counter the effects of that 4-0 scoreline from today's game.
Well, we'll see if they can do it. They will have an opportunity and a lot left to play for tomorrow, as the loser goes home and the winner advances to the Burgle Cup Finals to play the Sky City Stampede next weekend.